Welcome to Guns and Gear Network, everyone. Appreciate you tuning in. Today we're going to show you a very budget-friendly shotgun from SDS Imports, the AR-T02. Stay tuned. Welcome back, guys. Appreciate you tuning in. So today we're going to take a look at a very budget-friendly semi-automatic 12-gauge by SDS Imports. And when I say very budget-friendly, it is very budget-friendly. I paid $208 plus $10 shipping for this. Direct to my FFL, my local FFL I'm kind of friends with, and it's a pawn shop that I go in to see what kind of, if I can find, used guns, stuff like that. Got to know them over the years, and they only charge me 20 bucks to do my transfers, and I'm glad to give them that little bit of business if I can't buy firearms locally from them. So, matter of fact, it is so budget friendly. The gentleman that does my FFLs, because he don't have a wide range of guns like a lot of the pawn shops, he wanted the link to this thing to figure out where I got it and how much I paid for it, and a local business that I do business with down the road from him. Our businesses work together, and he wanted to see it when I was telling him I was going to go pick it up, and then he wanted me to bring it back, and then he wanted the link to where he could get one. So if it shoots and functions correctly, it is an excellent bargain. Now, keep in mind, I have not shot it, just in full disclosure, but I don't foresee any issues. Every SDS product I've ever bought, and I've got numerous, and I've got more to review actually, has always serviced me well. I don't foresee any problems, but I'm a tinkerer anyway and kind of a kitchen table gunsmith, so I can usually work through any issues, so I don't foresee any, but if I did, probably can figure it out and make it work. All semi-automatic shotguns can be a little temperamental to ammo. A lot of them will need high brass, more high-powered type shells to make them function correctly. That's even some of your more well-known brands, higher-end brand shotguns. Just the nature of semi-automatics. So this one is a semi-automatic. It is gas operated. It is not inertia driven. So I'll go all over the features with you and what comes in the box and that sort of thing. So it's by SDS Imports. Like I said, it's the AR-T02, and I'm not even going to begin to try pronouncing that. Armolegate, I don't know what that means exactly, but AR-T02, you see it right there. It comes with your user manual. I will tell you that when you get this, the barrel is not going to be attached. That took a little bit of figuring out. The instructions are not that great when it comes to figuring that out, but we figured it out. It worked fine. Obviously, you see this in the camo pattern. This is kind of a grasslands, I think is what they call it, camo pattern. It does come in black. Ironically, from the same company that I bought this from, and I'll go ahead and tell you who I bought it from. I bought it from a company called Shoot Central LLC out of Cape Coral, Florida. They did not sponsor the video or anything like that. I'm just passing along a good deal to you guys. It did take a little while to get it shipped and stuff, so I waited a little longer than I have in the past, but nothing outrageous. I mean, I think it was like 11 to 10, 10 to 12 days or something like that from the time I purchased it to getting it. Now, I will say this, and they do answer their phones. I had to call them because I originally ordered the black, and I did not realize that they offered the camouflage until I saw it after I'd done ordered the black one. And this one is cheaper. The black one was $214. This was $208 on sale. And so I called them. I said, by any way, can I change that order? And they said, sure. What do you want? Now, you hadn't shipped anything or done anything like that. And I did call them within an hour after ordering. And I said, I really like the camouflage one if possible. And they said, sure. So, and actually I was okay with either one. I wasn't going to fuss if they sent me the black one anyway, but they wound up sending me exactly what I asked them to switch it to. So very accommodating, very good company I dealt with them. That was at least my experience with them. I don't know anybody else. So let's go over some of the features. Again, it is semi-automatic. I'm going to pull up something so I can kind of read off so I don't miss anything for you guys. So it's a 26-inch barrel. It's a 12 gauge, 2 3/4 and 3-inch. Capacity is 4 rounds. Sorry, my phone just made a noise. Color is obviously camo. It is considered right-handed because of the way the ejection port is. It has a fiber optic front sight, synthetic stock front and back, and it has a vent rib. Let's see if there's any other information I want to give you guys. Okay, so it basically says 12 gauge, 3-inch, 26-inch vent barrel. Marshalling camo is what they call this. Monte Carlo stock, fiber optic front, 4 rounds. But it also includes a +1 extension right here that they include, and it has a sling attachment, if you notice right there, for that. And it also has a limiter. So if you need to, your state law depends on what you're hunting, you may be down to 3 rounds or something like that. You can use this right here is a limiter. They call it a limiter plug, which is pretty standard in most shotguns. It is Benelli pattern choke kits. So any Benelli style, it is a Benelli style action too, by the way. It also includes an extra gas piston for heavy loads. So again, I mentioned this one is a gas operated, it's not inertia driven. So it does include an extra gas ring here. This one is even marked heavy loads. So what is obviously in it is for light loads. Let's take a look. This right here is for your choke tubes. There you go. And I may have the wrong box, to be honest with you. I bought another shotgun, but it comes with 3 total. And I think this may be the box for my other shotgun. We'll discuss that in another video. But it does come with chokes, and it has a box like this. So that's why I grabbed up this one by accident. So let's take a look at it. Again, if you look at this pattern, very nice. Everything is very uniform. It's not, you know, kind of goofy with the fit and finish or anything like that. It actually has a very nice fit and finish. It has checkering along here for grip. If you look, the recoil pad, it has this cutout here with a nice kind of spongy to absorb recoil. The problem with a recoil pad like this, if you wanted to say try a limb saver or something, you're not going to be able to find one. So that is a disadvantage to something like this, but it should be fine. Does have a sling attached stud here. Standard cross bolt style safety. The trigger housing and the safety mechanism here, the cross bolt safety, is polymer. The trigger is metal, and of course all the internals are metal, and it does have a nice big button for your bolt release right there. And the action feels smooth to me. It doesn't feel gritty or anything like that. Now I'm going to take this apart and clean it real well before I take it to the range or something like that to make sure that everything's cleaned up nice and properly oiled, okay? So, nice handguard up front, nice and thin. You can grip it real well. It does have, you might not be able to see it in this camera, but along in here it has checkering for grip, along in there. Again, vent rib along the top here. And then I'm going to show you this fiber optic sight. It's nice and long, so it should be able to gather up plenty of light. It looks like a standard style. So if you ever wanted to change out that rod, they sell separate rods. Anywhere you can find fiber optic rods for sights. This looks like the pretty standard size diameter, so if you want to change it out to a different color or something like that, you could. But it's nice and long, should gather up plenty of light. Again, screw-in chokes right there. But overall, I'm blown away at the price I paid for it, to be honest with you, for what you are getting in a nice semi-automatic style shotgun. It is kind of hard to believe. Oh, just FYI, I'll show you this. Meant to show you. There's another sling attachment right here. Stud that swivels. So you have both there. But the action inside, the milling work looks nice and clean. I think it's a chrome lined barrel, chrome lined action. So you do have to add, when you put it together, you'll need to put your bolt handle here into the gun. It just pulls in and out. It's got a little detent that slides into it. But really impressed with this, guys, and for the money, I just, like I said, I'm blown away at the price for what you're getting. The fit and finish is really good on this gun, and I'm hoping that it functions correctly. Again, semi-automatics can be a little temperamental. I don't care what brand it is. I don't care if it's Benelli, Beretta, you name it, Browning, any of them. They can be a little temperamental at times when it comes to ammo. So you just kind of got to understand what your shotgun, a semi-automatic in particular, likes. Some of them run about anything. Some of them, you're a little more finicky, so you might need a little more higher power, you know, shells and high brass, things like that. So just keep that in mind. It is a very lightweight. I'm gonna see if I can get a weight for you guys, because it is a great lightweight firearm. Now I will say this about weight when it comes to shotguns, any gun for that matter. According to this, it weighs 6.8 pounds, 6.8, 6.9 pounds. So very lightweight and easy to manage when it comes to that. But back to the weight, the problem with weight sometimes on firearms, the lighter the gun is, the kick can be a little, recoil can be a little more. But because this is gas style action, then I'm hoping that, you know, recoil, I'm not recoil sensitive, but you know, like my sons can be a little bit, or my nephews or whatever. And so anyway, I'm hoping with being gas operated that it shouldn't be too bad on recoil. If nothing else, just to be able to stay on target easier and be able to shoot, you know, a good day of skeet or something like that without having too sore of a shoulder. But if you're looking for a cheap gun, especially, you know, you got a kid starting out duck hunting or anything like that, and you kind of afraid you don't want to give them something really expensive and let them kind of cut their teeth on something like this to get used to shooting a semi-automatic without fear of damaging an expensive firearm, or you need just a spare gun, you know, to keep in the truck, whatever, to take with you hunting in case your main gun goes down. Nothing wrong with having a $225, $230 backup option. But anyway, guys, just wanted to kind of bring you this information on the bargain that I found. The SDS Imports, the AR-T02. But anyway, guys, appreciate you tuning in. If you've got any experience with this firearm, please share that with us. That's always helpful and helps us understand what you may have found that you like or dislike about it. But appreciate you tuning in. If you got any questions, post those below. As always, like, share, and subscribe. Bring another video shortly. Have a great day.